So Tony Bellew has weighed in on this Anthony Joshua Deontay Wilder situation. I'm going to quote from Tony Bellew here. He says, "How much has Wilder made in his career? His highest ever purse was actually a fall through of a purse bid. The purse bid was 7.15 million to face Alexander Povetkin. The Russian then failed a drug test. Eddie Hearn has offered him 15 million to come to the UK. That's treble his best ever payday. I understand he said it's chump change, but he has to understand he is the B-side in this fight. Whatever you describe this, Deontay is the B-side. No one knows who he is. He's got one belt and fought absolutely nobody in 40 pro fights. The best win in his career was against Berman Stavern, and the second fight was a one-round blowout. After that, it's Luis Ortiz. Let's be honest, Ortiz was 90 years old when he fought Wilder. In my opinion, I've got a better record at heavyweight than Wilder. I fought a former heavyweight world champion twice. Wilder has to understand he is the B-side. He's the man with one belt and no standout victories on his resume. Joshua has 3 belts. He is the best heavyweight in the world. He's been in bigger fights. You have to ask yourself this question. Why didn't Deontay chase Vladimir Klitschko for a unification fight? He's great on social media and does these great little videos talking nonsense. He talks like he's still on the streets. He's supposed to be the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He's supposed to be the face of boxing in America. He's not even the face of his city. No one knows him. It's a sham of his job that's been done for him on the promotional front. He should be a megastar. This is a man who wears the same belt as Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson once did, and yet nobody knows him. His country doesn't back him. The whole situation is an absolute mess. One thing I can say is Joshua wants to fight. Wilder can come up with all the stupid things he likes. He's full of it. So those are the words of Tony Bellew. Now, Bellew really says a lot of truth here. He's talking about the fact that Deontay is the one making unrealistic demands, first of all. And when he's saying, why didn't Deontay chase a unification with Vladimir Klitschko? Again, this is a very, very good point. Because Deontay's acting like he's the most feared man in boxing, and AJ's running, and this, that, and the other, and all his fanboys are spewing the same nonsense. Deontay had several years opportunity to fight Vladimir Klitschko, and he didn't do it. Shelley Finkel, the great Shelley Finkel, according to Wilder fanboys, this guy openly turned down the opportunity to fight Vladimir Klitschko for Wilder to face Klitschko. Yeah, when Wilder first became WBC champion, Shelley Finkel was talking about, oh, he's a prospect and he needs time and he's not going to be rushed into the Klitschko fight and all this kind of stuff. Joshua fought Klitschko. Joshua fought Joseph Parker in a unification. 2 things which Deontay Wilder, not only didn't Deontay Wilder do, he didn't even attempt to do either of those things. And yet all these Wilder fanboys want to give AJ no respect. It's a joke. It's a farce. Wilder's team have done a terrible job. And again, this is why this dude is a hillbilly who can't think straight. Because he's criticizing Joshua, he's criticizing Eddie Hearn, but yet they're earning way more money than he's earning in a smaller country with half the number of fights. It's incredible that this guy is blind to the fact that the guy he's criticizing is way more successful than he is in a far shorter time period. He can't get his head around that obvious fact. It's incredible. He needs to look at his team, because his team, relatively speaking, just like Tony Bellew said, have done a terrible job with him. A terrible job. So, and right now, the only reason that Deontay Wilder's got any fans right now, and he's been gaining fans over the past couple months, is because of Joshua. Is because he's got Joshua's name in his mouth. That's why. He's getting big off Joshua's name in his own country. Yeah. If it wasn't for calling out Joshua all the time, he wouldn't have picked up. all these new fans. If it wasn't for him talking about Joshua constantly, he wouldn't have all these fans. So he should, as I've said before, thank Joshua and Eddie Hearn for making him relevant. To be honest. Yeah. This dude's incredible. Anyway, it is what it is, people. Let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out.